Government trolling. One of the things that I've discovered here over the last 4.5 years, 5 years, studying the crime and corruption by the government is that they're very active in seeking out and finding previous alliances, especially with military individuals, because I think they've come to realize, or they already knew, or they should have expected that, if a group of military guys got together around a story like mine, or like David Scheide's, or like so many others here in Michigan, Mark Baker up in at Baker's Green Acres, you start picking on a veteran and you don't have the legal justification to do so, you run the risk of creating an enemy out of U.S. military veterans. And my time in the service was rather short. I didn't retire. I was only in for 6. But it's the friendships that I made in the Navy were solid, and they're built around a lot of the same principles that law enforcement seems to have today. The camaraderie and the brotherhood of my submarine brothers is unshakable. So one of the things I've noticed is that there's some submarine groups on Facebook, and every time I try and post there, my posts are immediately just beat to hell by people that probably have never even set foot on a submarine, trying to discredit the story and dissuade the creation of any followings or supporters from those niches. And it's very disheartening, but it's a good move on their part, I guess, because if you don't know anything about the Battle of Athens, you should look that up. It was a history lesson for state actors at the time. Basically, World War II vets returned from home and saw the corruption that I'm experiencing here in Isabella County, Michigan, and broke into the arms locker and solved it themselves. And that's exactly what they should have done. And that's exactly what's going to happen again and again and again and again. You can't lead America's population to believe that its veterans are cracked or on all of these illegitimate, ventures using dreamt up information. So they're preventative measures to help ensure that I don't reunite with my friends that all say, "Hey, this is screwed up, Ted. When do you want us there?" Because I've gotten that offer a lot, and I would expect I would have gotten that offer a whole lot more if the trolls weren't policing the military sites that are on Facebook, the Facebook groups that Submariners Lounge and so forth, to discredit in every effort to try and defeat something before it actually turns into something that they can't deal with. And I think to a large extent that is exactly what needs to happen. And if they fear it, I want it. I'd love to have a half a dozen of my friends from the Navy, go into the sheriff's department with me. And that's almost pointless anymore because they're all in the same boat. But the point being is that, without some force behind you, we will continue to be labeled as terrorists and shunned and called crazy and tin hat wearers, conspiracy theorists. In the Daniel Austin case, where her 3 children were taken by CPS without a court order. The emergency hearing wasn't held within 24 hours. It was postponed for whenever. She was appointed an attorney that didn't even file an appearance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The deprivation of due process under color of law is just, throughout her case. And, where do you go? What do you do? File a suit? Well, that's easy. file a suit. Well, when you file a suit, you're condemning yourself to spending 5 years of hell to achieve nothing. That's what filing a suit means today. Against the government. I guess they still let us sue one another because that works out for them too, because we pay their lawyers to... You get the big picture now? Anyways, I lost my original train of thought, so I'll be back.